Three well-received debates in a row for Marco Rubio. Can he make it a fourth, and will it be enough to move Bush supporters to his side? I want to bring in now Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy, who is supporting Marco Rubio. Congressman, nice to see you.
You too, Thomas. Good to see you as well.
And you get to be, close to home for all of this, which we're watching. We're all going to be watching tonight. But Trump is hitting your candidate pretty hard when it comes to immigration. And Jeb Bush is raising concerns about Rubio's extreme position on abortion. Do you think that your candidate, Rubio, is prepared for this line of questioning and attack?
So a couple things. I don't think any of the candidates do well when they attack other fellow candidates on stage. Now, if they go after the media, they do well, but I don't think they differentiate themselves by attacking each other. So, I mean, listen, when someone goes after Marco Rubio in a primary debate about being pro-life, it's like going after him for fighting for the middle class. I mean, it's not going to work. Most voters are pro-life in the Republican primary, and most of them are looking for a leader who's going to set out a vision that's going to help grow the economy, better paying jobs, help us have a stronger foreign policy. And I think Marco hits all of those templates. I mean, and for us in the Midwest, where we love our brats, our beer, and our cheese curds, we also like guys who work hard, who come from nothing and make their way on their own. Here we don't have guys who make it from their last name or from their trust fund. They're scrappers, and I think that's why Marco does so well here in Wisconsin.
Do you think, though, from a financial perspective, that he can overcome those issues? As you say, he resonates because of a pure American story of making his own way in this country. Reuters has its own analysis, though, about what it means for him tonight, because what he doesn't have are these big money donors, and they say that he needs to win them over, the Republican donors with the bank accounts. Do you think that that's the trick? Get over his own financial indiscretions and explain them away enough to lock in those big money donors?
So 2 points. One, I think you've seen a transition with big money donors really taking a second look at Mr. Bush and saying, is he really the guy that can lead the party? And they've now started to look at Marco Rubio. And he had a fundraiser in Wisconsin last night, and some of the best and biggest donors in Wisconsin were at the Marco Rubio fundraiser, which I think is a testament to what's happening for Marco around the country. But in regard to the attacks on Marco's own personal finances, I think he has done a really good job of pivoting and making this about the American people, and he shares their story. But when liberals or Republican candidates try to make that an issue, I think most Americans, especially Republican primary voters and independents, look at what is a scandal. And Marco Rubio using a credit card, pulling the wrong one out of his wallet a couple times, they don't see that as a scandal, but they look at 4 dead Americans in Benghazi. That's a scandal. Or when you have foreign donors who are given, who are lobbying the American government, but also given to the Clinton Foundation, they see that as a scandal too. And so, from a Republican perspective, I think the candidates are better off looking at Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton as opposed to trying to take cheap shots at their fellow Republican candidates on stage. And I think tonight too, I think what Chuck Todd mentioned is these candidates are going to have a chance to talk about their economic message, to talk about taxes, to talk about regulation, and what that means for middle-income Americans and their job growth and opportunity. And I think that's going to be important as folks watch tonight.
Rubio supporter Congressman Sean Duffy of Wisconsin. Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks, Thomas.